Welcome to another podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. I apologize for the lighting in my room, but in this video, I'm going to be talking about the importance that Bruno Fernandes, the importance of why we really, I don't even know, we Bruno Fernandes is really important to Manchester United right now, and you can tell by his recent vein of form that he's really vital and important to this side. We can see that I didn't even know. I tell you what, this is what provoked me to do this video. So this morning I saw on Facebook, and they were basically saying how, asking how important Bruno Fernandes has been for Manchester United. And they have shown his goal contributions ever since his debut against, was it against Wolves in Premier League? Wolves in Premier League in January, either late January of 2020 or early February of 2020, when we played out against Wolves at home. And they have shown that this Belgian has scored 83 goals in our competition, and he has about definitely over 50 odd assists for Manchester United. I never know he had so much goals for Manchester United. I thought he had about 60. I know he had over 50, Premier League goals. We all know that, but I didn't know that he had at least 83 goals in our competition. And he has signed for Manchester United 4 years ago. Now, Bruno Fernandes has been one of those players that have been criticized for the past 4 years because of, not much because of he's a bad player, but his decisiveness when he's on the ball. He doesn't know when to shoot, he doesn't know when to pass, he doesn't know when to create. And when he's trying to create, some of the passes are just dire. It's not reaching into the intended target. But in this video, I'm going to give Bruno Fernandes his flowers. And most of us need to give Bruno Fernandes his flowers. So this is my take on Bruno Fernandes lately this season. Now, we have noticed that when Bruno Fernandes got sent off, in the Premier League, although that was, overruled, so he played back in the Premier League and played in the next Premier League game. But in the EuroLeague, when he got sent off, you notice that we looked at totally different. This is not even when he gets sent off. You notice when Bruno Fernandes is not in the side, we play totally different. We don't have no other number 10 apart from Christian Eriksen, who can fill that void and be the playmaker. But because of his poor athleticism, I don't think that was the reason why everything when he was at Manchester United, he played him there. Christian Eriksen played more of a central midfielder who got more license to go a bit further than the defensive midfielder who was the sitter, whether that was Casemiro or Kobe Mino or Ergate. But Bruno, you notice that we play totally different when Bruno Fernandes is not in the side. And we either lose the game or we draw. And in those games, if we lose or draw, we don't even create as much chances in contrast to when he's in the side. Now, you can talk about, Bruno Fernandes not making proper passes in the final third, finding his money when he's playing in the hole. But this Belgian is our best chance creator alongside with Christian Eriksen. And I've said this. I've said that if if Bruno Fernandes had Christian Eriksen's passing range with the athleticism that he already has, Bruno Fernandes, this Belgian is probably, I would say he probably tops Kevin De Bruyne, because Kevin De Bruyne don't have athleticism anymore. Kevin De Bruyne is on a decline in that regard, although he's still very good. But if Bruno Fernandes, given that he's very athletic, he's rarely injured, he rarely misses games. He plays most of the minutes in the games. And he had the feet, the technical ability, the passing range of Christian Eriksen. This Belgian would have been a way better player. And he's already a good player. He's already a good player. But he would have been a way better player, and he would have created way more chances, got way more assists, and probably even get way more goals. This is a virgin that deserves credit, and I'll say this. When he started to play well in the first few games after we signed him from Sporting, I said this. I said, don't be fooled by Bruno Fernandes' start. He could end up being another Di Maria, I might link the video in one of these corners. But basically I said that his star shouldn't fool us. And it hasn't fooled us because ever since then he has been a very crucial player in our side. Bruno Fernandes, let me say this about Bruno Fernandes. He's not the most technically gifted player, and he knows that. He's not the most, he doesn't have the best vision as a player. He has good vision, but he doesn't have the best of visions when you're talking about his countryman Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, or other number 10s in the world. Modric, although Modric is of age, Modric is better than Bruno Fernandes when it comes on to chance creation. That's not even a question. And even when Toni Kroos was still playing ball, hands over face, he was better than Bruno Fernandes. But let us not refute the fact that this Virgin is not one of the best number 10s in the world. He is. He is. He is. Despite all, despite not being technically gifted in that regard, what he gives to Manchester United is enthusiasm, his energy, his passion, his willingness to chop. But I remember a game, I think it was last season. I think we're playing against Brighton at home. Yes, we're playing against Brighton at home. And we're losing 2-1. Hannibal scored a very good goal outside of the box and haven't been, he haven't played a very good game for Manchester United since. But this brethren, Bruno Fernandes, you know where this brethren was playing? This brethren was playing as a centre back in the last half, in like the last minutes of the game. I think we're losing the game or we drew the game because I believe Brighton took the lead and guess who scored? Welbeck. And this Belgium was playing centre half, trying to create from very deep, not trying to be no Michael Carrick or no Jorginho when he was at Chelsea, or no Ismi or Pirlo. This Belgium was playing as a centre back. Well, I guess you could say like Carrick because Carrick in his last season played as a centre back for Van Gaal and even a few times for Mourinho, I think. So yes, he was somewhat playing in that role, trying to create from very deep as a centre back. Which midfielder is seen doing that, apart from Steven Gerrard, possibly at Liverpool? Lampard wasn't doing that. Scholes wasn't doing that. Scholes was not athletic, so let us not even put him in that category. He's not. Scholes wasn't that. Scholes was very good when it came to creating and long passes, long shots, scoring goals, all of that. But he was a very good midfielder, Scholes. But you don't see this Belgium playing centre back though. And that's what Bruno Fernandes did in that game. So you may say that Bruno Fernandes, I hope you're getting my point up to this point at the 8th minute, that Bruno Fernandes may not be the prototypical midfielder that you like a Bernardo Silva or a Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not even going to put Szoboszlai in that. That's not. Bruno Fernandes is better than that, Bridget. But what he gives to Manchester United is the energy. That we don't have that in our squad. This is why the Bridget is captain. And this Bridget became captain, like, I've been saying this since October, like 4 years ago. I said it in October of 2020. Again, I may link the video in one of these. As I said that Bruno Fernandes should be Manchester United's captain, not Harry Maguire. Because at the time, Harry Maguire wasn't pulling up trees. Harry Maguire was not playing very well. And that is why Person got on him. Because he wasn't playing very well. And I said, apart from Harry Maguire, which other player in our squad has captain like traits? Traits that is captain like what captains, the trait like your Yap Stam, your Bobby Robson, your Wayne Rooney's, your Roy Keane's, your Rio Ferdinand, your Vidic's. Which player in our squad possesses those traits? Bruno Fernandes. Again, this Belgian is not the most technical. This Belgian is not even, again, he doesn't have the best of decision making. But he's the reason why Manchester United is surviving as we are, because you notice that when we don't play with Bruno Fernandes in our squad, we look like a totally different side. Our side look to us a totally different side when we don't play Bruno Fernandes in our side. Very different. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on Bruno Fernandes and his importance to Manchester United. This brethren deserves his flowers. Now, I'm not saying that this brethren is an ex-Bobby Charles. I'll never say that. But at the same time, his contributions for the last past 4 years cannot be overlooked. It cannot be refuted. It cannot be set. It cannot be, you know what I mean? It can't be buried in a box, in a hole. It has to be said. If persons aren't giving his flowers, I'll be the first to give his flowers. I'll be the first to give his flowers. I won't have no problem with that. Some persons believe that Bruno Fernandes, he's not scoring much goals as before. And the thing is, this is the reason why Bruno Fernandes scored that amount of goals. I believe it was in his first full season. Yes, in his first full season, which was 2020, 2021, where he scored 27 goals and he passed out Frank Lampard's numbers as the only midfielder, attacking midfielder to have them numbers since Frank Lampard. He was playing more like a centre forward. Now, the thing is, we had Cavani as our striker, but Cavani was played with injuries. Martial was one of our strikers, but he was played with injuries, and also he was in and out of form. And also, even when you had Cavani or Martial playing as the strikers, Bruno Fernandes, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gave Bruno Fernandes license to be like a secondary striker as a number 10, but as a secondary striker to get license to go in the box and score goals. And let's not forget that he was taking penalties. Yes, we're going to admit that, and he took free kicks. So yes, that add up to the tally of him scoring, but he still scored them though. Some person may say, "Oh, penalties easy to take penalty." No, it's not easy to take no penalty. It's not easy to take no penalty. Persons that play football know that, especially in competition, know that penalty is not easy to score. So yes, he scored penalties, but at the same time, he just offers something. Dude, a lot of persons know this is one of the criticisms persons have stated of Bruno Fernandes, whether before he was captain or even after he became captain, that Bruno Fernandes is a complainer. He moans too much. He confronts referee too much about the slightest of things. I'll say this to you. Now, it does annoy me sometimes when he confronts the referee for the slightest of things, but I'll put it to you like this. What if he didn't confront the referee about certain decisions made in the game? A person goes still criticize him about, that is not a captain. A captain supposed to confront the referee about, even, the captain supposed to even defend his player even when the player is in the wrong. Or the players, this and that. Persons are still going to criticize. So even if he not say nothing, person will criticize. And even when he says some person still go criticize. Oh, he's a whiner, he's a complainer. He moans this and that. But this is your captain. Your captain, even if the player is in the wrong, even if, it looks like if a player fouled another player, the opposite player, your captain has the license to confront. Because if I'm pretty sure if your captain, stayed from a distance and watch, and your player go get fouled, or your player fouls some other player, and he's standing from a distance and watch, and you're saying, "Oh, this is your captain," you're not going to really respect your captain. You may not think it, but it's instinctual. It's a subconscious thought. You just not go respect him. You go say, "Why is my captain over here, sir? My player is down, holding his kneecap. Will get fouled and this bridge not confronting the captain." Yes, him get clip. It's a small thing, but why is my captain over here, sir? So it goes to show us a person goes still talk. And that's one of the things I respect about Bruno Fernandes, that he just always confronts the referee, even if it's the slightest thing. You don't think Roy Keane wasn't doing that back in his day? And Roy Keane knows that. Although you may say, oh, Bruno Fernandes may moan this as a pundit, but look what Roy Keane was doing back in the day. You don't think Vidic wasn't doing that? You don't think Rio Ferdinand wasn't doing that? You don't think Wayne Rooney wasn't doing that? And we're talking about proper captains. Although some person may say, well, Rooney had the captain's energy, but when he became captain, he wasn't really a good captain. I'm half and half. I disagree and agree because I believe Rooney was a very good captain, but I believe that when he became captain, that kind of, tamed him a bit because we knew that Rooney was kind of a loose cannon sometime, and he played his best football when he was a loose cannon. So when he became captain, he had to tame down that a bit and become more, I guess, more not socially acceptable, but more of, I guess, I don't know, but you get my point. So yeah, Bruno, you may criticize and say, oh, he complains, he whines, and this and that. But his Virgin is looking out for you as a player. You're a player of his. He's your captain. What you would expect your captain to do? Not say nothing. Like I said, bro, a person go say anything they want to say anyway, even if he confronts or doesn't confront. Even when he's on the verge of a yellow card, he still goes to the referee. If Bruno Fernandes was not in the side and there were certain challenges made on our play, who's going to confront the referee? Harry Maguire? No, the second player in our squad that I believe has the energy of Bruno Fernandes, that is very high energy, is Lisandro Martinez, and persons have caught on to the fact that Lisandro Martinez is supposed to be our second captain, and I believe he will be. And Maguire, he confronts the captain, but this you don't get the feeling that this version go all on out for you if you're a player of his. I mean, when we signed Harry Maguire, man, not to make this about Harry Maguire, and we made and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made this Brethren captain after signing this Brethren for 80 mil from Leicester City. We all had a lot of question marks above our head, like why is this Brethren just coming to Manchester United and know he's captain? What's up with that? This Brethren wasn't even captain when he was at Leicester City, I don't think. You had Wes Morgan there, you had Jimmy Vardy, and you still have Jimmy Vardy. Jimmy Vardy not going nowhere since he's still at Leicester City. I know a couple of players that were probably captain. No, we probably fell in that that hole to be captain. But I mean, this is Manchester United, and you make this Belgian captain after signing for 80 mil. But when Bruno Fernandes came in, man, in wrapping up this video, I hope you guys get what I'm saying. He just deserves his flaws. He has contributed a lot. He's the epicenter. He's what, not to sound corny, but he's the epicenter of our squad. He's the eye of our hurricane. Our hurricane is the squad. And he's the eye of the hurricane. Everything goes through this guy. As a number 10 should. Like a number 10 is the epicenter of any side. And Bruno Fernandes is our number 10. If Bruno Fernandes, again, I'm going to say it again. If Bruno Fernandes doesn't play in our games, bro, particularly in the big games like Man City, Liverpool, I was about to say Chelsea, but I guess you could say that's a big game, at least based on history. Who's gonna stand out? Cause we saw when Bruno Fernandes was not playing in the games, in earlier this season, we lose the game. I think he didn't play against Tottenham, and we lost that game. No, he got sent off against Tottenham. When Madison go clench his face or clench his foot and go get Bruno Fernandes sent off, you notice that we didn't even score one goal. We didn't even create in the final third when he got sent off against Tottenham. We didn't see any players that were upbeat trying to get at least a goal back, a consolation goal. We didn't see none of that. We didn't see none of that, man. And this is what this player brings to us. But again, what he lacks in technical ability, he has it in his personality. He has the personality of a captain. And that is why he's Manchester United's captain. So maybe he's not your most favorite player, and he's not a most favorite player of mine. But I respect the brethren. He has proven himself at Manchester United, and he's getting to this stage in our history where he's becoming a Manchester United great. Now, if this brethren go win EuroLeague trophy, or if we win the EuroLeague trophy this season under Amarim, and he becomes, Bruno Fernandes becomes a very vital player now in doing that, I believe he's closer to being a great at Manchester United, and I believe he will be eventually at some point. I cannot think I can't see it any other way or think otherwise. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What's your thoughts on Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United? No, when this Bridgen scored over 30 goals at Sporting Lisbon for the season he was at Sporting Lisbon, and we're linked to him, I'm like, this Bridgen ain't go score them numbers at Manchester United. Not even for one season. And boom, in his first season, when he came to Manchester United from January to me, I think this Bridgen scored at least 10 goals in our competition, and he created some good goals too. And this brethren started playing for Manchester United from January to May. In his second season, this brethren scored 27 goals, and I think he had double digits in his assists. Now, those numbers didn't keep up. They declined after we signed CR7. Bringing the prodigal son back to Manchester United. So his numbers as a midfielder, although he scored his hat trick, he scored a hat trick on the first day against whoever we played against on our first in the first game of the season, in his second full season after we signed CR7. No, that was before CR7, but we signed CR7 a couple of weeks later. His numbers drop, and Ronaldo, got the goals, and he became more of a midfielder that was all about creation. Yeah, he would get his goals here and there, but he wasn't getting not nearly as much as the numbers he got the previous season. But he's still a vital player, man. Even when this Bridgen was not officially captain, person was saying, make this Bridgen captain. Because he was more of a captain than Harry Maguire. And he is a more of a captain than Harry Maguire. But right now, Harry Maguire is in the periphery of things. He's not even starting. So he's no longer considered a captain for Manchester United like that. Lisandro Martinez has passed this guy, Harry Maguire, but it's not about Harry Maguire. But yeah, Bruno Fernandes, man, I know I'm being a broken record right now, but this brethren deserves flowers. Deserves credit and flowers. This may be a loose comparison, but seeing that Manchester United hasn't been the best for the last, well, we haven't been at our best ever since probably 2011, and definitely after Sir Alex Ferguson left. We haven't been at our best, but ever since we have signed Bruno Fernandes, bro, I've seen him as to how Steven Gerrard was for Liverpool in Liverpool's declining days as a club. It's me. That brethren stayed at Liverpool, and he still became the key figure. Well, he was always the key figure at Liverpool. When you think of Liverpool, you think of Steven Gerrard, not Mohamed Salah. But when Gerrard was at Liverpool, even when Liverpool was finishing 6th, 7th, and 8th, this brethren was still an outstanding player for them. That is how I see Bruno Fernandes with Manchester United. It's me. So what I'm saying as I wrap up right now is that Bruno Fernandes deserves his flowers, man. And I'm not saying this brethren. I'm not saying because I like the guy. It's because it's true. Persons may, rivals may cook Bruno Fernandes, but they know so they would definitely have Bruno Fernandes in their squad. Because Bruno Fernandes is one of them players that would run through thick walls for you. That's what I believe anyway. Maybe you guys think differently, but that's what I think. Is me. I think he's one of those players that can run through brick walls for his manager. Your thoughts and comments over in the comment section. Let the Minister United know your thoughts and opinions below in the comment section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down below. And with that being said, a brother is out. Peace.